am in Chengdu Panda Sanctuary. There's some red pandas up there, 1, 2, 3's over there, 4 there. Anyway, I thought I'd touch on Chinese traditional medicine. Well, it's something I've touched on before, like in the video on dinosaur and dragon bones, but I thought I'd expand on that a wee bit, starting with Lisa Chen. Now, this is somebody you can look up. He's a 16th century botanist and doctor who pretty much wrote the book on Chinese traditional medicine. Now, he listed thousands of diseases and thousands of cures for them. Now, to run over a few of the stranger ones, you've got tiger penis for erectile dysfunction, deer penis, that can help a woman have a strong baby, pangolins can cure inflammation, seahorses can pretty much cure anything, and you've got the bile of a lot of animals. Now there's also human placenta, human breath and human feces and a lot of other human products he listed as well for cures. Now you could argue that this was cannibalism, and Lisa Chen does mention a mellified man. Now this is a man who was, according to legend, was nearing death, decided to starve himself and in order to be mummified in honey, and his body was used for a lot of cures. Now I'm sure a lot of people can guess that that brings a lot of animals close to extinction because so many of them are killed here in China for Chinese traditional medicine, but what makes that fact slightly worse is that a lot of the animals that are used are actually toxic. So things like shark fin, centipede or toad, they're all toxic. But before I get on to pandas, I want to say there is a theory out there that Mao helped bring back Chinese traditional medicine. That's not to say that under the Kuomintang it had gone away, but the Kuomintang did try their best to westernize medicine. Mao, on the other hand, essentially brought it back. Mao himself didn't use Chinese medicine, he used Western medicine, but out of necessity, he said, "At present, doctors of Western medicine are few, and thus the broad masses of the people, in particular the peasants, rely on Chinese medicine to treat illness. Therefore, we must strive for the complete unification of Chinese medicine." So, in order to easily unite Chinese medicine, he began to publicly praise Chinese traditional medicine. Anyway, finally on to pandas. Now, pandas today have a pretty important job. You should look at panda diplomacy. But they're now the icon of China. However, no ancient text, medicine book, mentions panda, no panda meat or panda products. Well, there was a man in 1980s, I think some 1983 maybe, who accidentally snared a panda and ate it and was arrested. But largely pandas are free, and there may be a very simple explanation for that. Chinese may not have known about pandas. Westerners first recorded pandas in the late 19th century, and it was in fact Teddy Roosevelt's kids who shot the first panda in the 1920s. But since pandas have become an icon of China, now people are poring over old texts and trying to find a mythological creature that matches the panda. And there's three main contenders. The first is the pixiu. Now this is described as a cross between a bear and a tiger, and it has spots. Lisa Chen said that its fur made very good bedding, but it's very rarely portrayed to look anything like a panda, and it was described as a ferocious carnivore. Otherwise, there's the Zhou Yu. Now this was a black and white animal about the size of a tiger, but it had a very long tail. And although this animal was mentioned in a few texts, very few authors recorded its appearance. They just talked about its temperament. And finally, there's the Mo. Now Lisa Chen said that they came from Sichuan, which pandas do, and they eat bamboo, which pandas do, and they were a large bear-like creature about the size of a tiger. However, they are described as yellow and black, which, if you look at this one, could be described as yellow and black. I don't know. So it could be the Mo, but the Mo, like all of the mythological creatures in China, in fact anywhere in the world, continually change their appearance over time, and each author describes something different. So pretty much all animals that the Chinese ever came into contact with have become part of Chinese traditional medicine, and even a few that they never came into contact with, like dragons. But this is the only real explanation I can find to explain why pandas haven't become part of Chinese traditional medicine.